Hey there, I'm Jill from SUP Yoga Seattle. I'm going to be guiding us through a 1-hour Chakra Flow. So this is a vinyasa flow that will hopefully allow us to experience some aspect of the chakras as we move through. Today we'll be working through the liberating current, so from the ground up. So we'll begin today lying down on your back and fall in bridge pose. Come down to your back. Bring your feet out wide towards the edges of your mat. Let your knees drop towards each other. And then relax your arms and either face your palms up, facing towards the sky, or maybe bring your hands to heart and belly. Find something that feels comforting, feels easy, feels sustainable. And then if it feels right, close your eyes. So you can find the rhythm of your breathing. Let that rhythm get slower. Let breathing get fuller, richer. And either in your mind's eye or behind your closed eyes, visualize the color red. Color red represents root chakra, and Muladhara, your root support. So as you're lying here, notice what you're in contact with. What parts of you are touching the ground? Can you feel the texture of your mat or whatever you're lying on right now? Visualize that whatever is underneath you, eventually, either directly or at some point, it connects down to the earth. So you have some connection or you're feeling really supported. The symbol for the root chakra is a 4-pointed petal, which represents the 4 cardinal directions, which helps to orient us not just in space, but also in time. It reminds us that we are exactly where we are meant to be, exactly when we're meant to be there. And that not only are we welcome here, we're necessary, we're needed. Steady, calm breath. As you're breathing here for just another few moments, remind yourself that you are where you should be. And a really simple mantra to remind you is I am. You might feel that as you breathe in I, as you breathe out am. Take 3 more breaths. 2 more. And on your last one, toe heel your feet closer towards each other, closer towards the midline. And then for happy baby pose, Ananda Balasana, draw your knees up towards the outsides of your rib cage. If it's available, face the soles of your feet towards the sky and grab onto either maybe the backs of your thighs or the backs of your calves or maybe even the soles of your feet. And if it feels right here, add some rock side to side. You straighten out a leg or 2. Move how it feels intuitive in your body. Take 1 more moment here. Good. And if you're swaying, come back to center. Hug your knees into your chest, wrap your arms around them. And start some gentle rocks forward and back, forward and back. Eventually rock yourself up to a seat. Pause for just a moment. Find a comfortable seat. We're not here long. See if you can become aware of tailbone, legs, feet, all the way down to your toes. Feel a sense of these parts of you being really stable, really solid, really steady. Send a thought of gratitude out towards your legs. These are the legs that have brought you every amazing place you've ever been in your life. You got there with these legs, these feet. Hug your knees into your chest again. This time, rock and roll the length of your spine. Gather a little bit of momentum this time. So eventually, you can rock all the way up to a standing forward fold. Let momentum kind of carry you up and over. Once you're in your standing forward fold, separate your feet if they're not already. Find ragdoll. Bend your knees as much as you like. Let your head drop. If you like, clasp your hands with opposite elbows. Thread them through. An option to sway a little side to side. Calm breath here too. your swing, come back to center. Drop your hands down towards the floor. Bring your feet towards each other, toe heel. With one long breath in, rise all the way up. Sweep your arms up, reach up for mountain pose, Tadasana. On your exhale, bring hands to heart center, touch your thumbs to your chest. Option to close your eyes if that feels right. Take a moment to now feel yourself standing on your own 2 feet. Remind yourself of your stability, your strength. Feel unshakable in your space in this place right here, right now. If it feels like the right thing to do, find Ujjayi breath. Take an inhale through your nose. Let go of an exhale through your nose audibly. Let's do 2 more. Ujjayi inhale. Ujjayi exhale. Good. Breath in, Ujjayi. Breath out. So Ujjayi is a heat building breath, an energy building breath. Keep it if it feels like the right thing, if it works for you. If not, make sure breath just stays really intentional, really full. Good. You can open up your eyes if you like. Take an inhale, reach your arms up overhead again, mountain pose. On your exhale, this time for standing back bend, lift your chest up, look up. Option to bend your elbows if low back prefers it. Option to keep arms straight if that feels better. And then back up to mountain pose. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold, bow forward. Let hands drop and head drop too. And for halfway lift, take an inhale, lengthen your spine and breathe. Fingertips can stay on the mat if you like, or palms to shins. Remind yourself that it's all about length in your spine. So think crown of your head reaching further and further away from hips all the time. Take another breath in. Breath out, high plank, breath out, crouch and curl. Lift your heels, tuck your chin, round down. Contract the front line of your torso. Good, let's flow that now. Inhale, rise to mountain pose, heels down, reach up. Exhale, standing back bend, Anjavattasana. Back to mountain, inhale, reach. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Crouch and curl as the exhale. Let's do 1 more. Inhale, rise to mountain pose, reach up, root down. Exhale, standing back bend, heart leads the way. Inhale, mountain, Tadasana. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. This time, exhale, high plank. Now plant your hands, step your feet back, and pause. Different relationship for the earth. Press the hands into the floor so you can feel strength there. Pull low belly in. Get really active in upper body. Like if gravity weren't quite so strong, you would fly away. You would fly away from your mat. Keep low belly strong. Good. Take a breath in, rock forward on your toes. Breath out, set your knees down, and then come all the way down. You're pretty much already set up for low cobra. Maybe just zip your legs together. Make sure there's very little weight in your hands. With an inhale, lift your head and chest, low cobra, Bhujangasana, and breathe. Engage your thighs a lot. Send your shoulders away from your ears, slightly towards each other. Take another breath in, maybe lift up 1 more set of ribs. Exhale, roll down. Come up to your hands and knees, rise up, tabletop, curl your toes under. And then exhale, down dog. Lift your hips up and then back. If you like, paddle your feet a few times, bend your knees. Be sure to spread your fingers wide. Actively press the mat away from your shoulders. And then down dog, just take a breath in. Prepare to move to the top of your mat. You might even look where you're going. On your exhale, bend your knees, step or take a light hop forward. Breath in for halfway lifts. Breath out, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Bend your knees, lift your arms either by your ears or parallel to the ground. Breathe. Keep your feet stuck together like they're glued to the mat, but imagine trying to spread the mat apart with your feet. Draw low belly in. And in this shape, bring some awareness to the space between your hips. Feel a sense of being able to go take any shape you like. Find a sense of flow with your breath.
Visualize the color orange, a really vibrant, really appealing orange. Good. Take another breath in, option to sink a little bit lower. Breath out, airplane arms, send your arms down and back, flow them back, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Pause here. Feel length in your neck, that's part of your spine, feel length in your whole spine. And it's your left leg that's going to lift up. Inhale, one-legged mountain pose, lift your left knee up, stand up, arms up, and breathe. Good. Flex your left toes. Feel like you're plugging your left thigh bone into its socket so your hips stay neutral. Take another breath in to reach. Breath out for low flying crescent. Step your left toes lightly back, lean forward, airplane arms all at the same time, and pause. Once your toes have landed, refine. Engage your left thigh for stability. Maybe guide your right hip a little further back. Flow breath here too. Good. For crescent lunge, high lunge, inhale, lift your chest, your arms. Pause here. So when you lift up, if that puts some compression in low back, then softly bend your left knee. And continue to guide your right hip back. Find space between your hips. Good. Take a breath in. And on your exhale, bring your hands to your heart center and bend your left knee so it hovers off the mat, maybe just a few inches, maybe a little higher like mine. But find that space here in the front of your left hip. You're building strength in left quads, finding space in the front of your left hip flexor at the same time. Okay, let's rise back up to crescent lunge. Inhale, straighten your back leg, arms up. Exhale, warrior two, back heel down, arms out wide. Pause. Imagine here trying to drag your feet together. They're stuck, they're not moving, but you light up inner thighs. You give yourself more strength, more engagement, more stability. Good. For star pose, turn your heels in, your toes out, face the long edge of your mat, arms out to a V. Take up a lot of space. Take a breath in. Listen, exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Skandasana lunge to the front of your mat. So bend your right knee. There are two versions of this shape. Version one, hip is either higher or the same line as your knee, back foot is down. Version two, hips are lower than your knee, and you might flex your back toes up. They're both great. Your front knee, your right knee will probably prefer one over the other. Good. Take an inhale, find Skandasana to the back of the mat. So lift up and over, and then bend your left knee. You have the same two options. It doesn't have to be the same version on the side though. Sometimes knees are different. We're not always 100% symmetrical. Good. Take one more breath in. This time, breath out, low lunge, launch up and over, and then hands frame your front foot on the mat. Lift your back heel up. Shift your weight forward into your left front leg. Pause here. Good. Now shift it back. Let's try it again. Inhale, shift forward like your back toes are getting light. And then exhale, shift back. Good. For extended crescent, inhale, lift your chest halfway. Reach your arms forward by your ears and breathe. Feel this energy from your back heel all the way through the tips of your fingers. One more inhale, shift weight forward. Exhale, chair pose with airplane arms. Step lightly, airplane arms. Right knee up. Inhale, one-legged mountain, Ekapada Tadasana. Breathe. Pause. Good. Draw a low belly in. Think knee and hip in the same height. That's where you're building maximum strength. Breath in to reach. Breath out, low flying crescent. Land light as you can. Airplane arms as you land. Good. Here's crescent lunge. Inhale, chest up and arms up. Breathe here in your high lunge. Adjust. Maybe soften your back knee. Guide your left hip back. Energy all the way through your fingertips. Breath in. Breath out, hands to your heart. Hover your back knee and pause. Feel that sense of heat and strength building in right quads. And at the same time, space opening up in the front of your right hip flexor. Good. One more moment here, maybe a little lower. And then back up to crescent lunge. Inhale, straighten just back leg. Exhale, warrior two. Open your arms out wide. Virabhadrasana two. Pause here. Think squeeze shoulder blades together, even though you're reaching out. Strong gaze over left fingertips. And then find star pose. Inhale, reach out, extend out. To the front, exhale, Skandasana, hands to your heart, your version. Good. Inhale, Skandasana to the back, launch up and over. And then exhale, low lunge to the front, crawl forward, pause here. We'll take that same little range of motion. Take an inhale, shift your weight into your left leg, right toes get light. And then exhale, shift back. Let's do it again. Inhale, shift forward, right toes get light. Exhale, shift back. This time, inhale, extended crescent, lift your chest up, biceps by your ears, and breathe. Even though you're leaning forward, pull your belly away from your thigh, send shoulders back and down. Take an inhale, shift your weight forward. Exhale, chair, plane, step light as you can. Let's flow the whole thing now. Left leg up, inhale, one-legged mountain. Exhale, low flying crescent. Get in touch with flow breath. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, hands to heart hover. Back to crescent, inhale, reach. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, star pose. To the front, exhale, Skandasana. Inhale, Skandasana to the back. Exhale, low lunge, launch forward. Good. Inhale, extended crescent, reach. Exhale, chair, plane, step light. Right knee up. Inhale, one-legged mountain. Exhale, low flying, land soft. Inhale, crescent lunge, flow arms up. Exhale, hover, hands to your heart. Back to crescent, inhale, reach. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, star pose. To the front, exhale, Skandasana. Inhale, Skandasana to the back, up and over. Exhale, low lunge, front. Inhale, extended crescent reach. Exhale, chair, plane. Pause here, take a breath in. Take a breath out. See the color orange? Remind yourself that you are able to take whatever shape that you're asking of your body. Find steady breath. Remind yourself of your creativity, your ability to go with the flow, your ability to see and relate with other people. The second chakra, your mantra as you flow through this last time might be I feel. Feel what shapes change in your body. Feel what effect they have. Where do they affect it? Let's take one more flow here. Left leg up, inhale, one-legged mountain. This time breathe. It's an option to kick your heel forward for 3. Low flying crescent coming up in 2. On 1, land lightly, low flying crescent. I feel, inhale, crescent lunge, arms up. Hands to your heart, hover, breath out. Inhale, rise up, crescent. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, star, take up lots of space, reach. To the back, exhale, Skandasana. Good, inhale, launch up and over to the front, Skandasana. Exhale, low lunge, pivot. Inhale, extended crescent, reach forward. Exhale, chair, plane, land light. Right knee up, inhale, one-legged mountain, pause. Option to kick your heel forward for 3. Be sure you're flowing your breath 2. Low flying on 1, land light as you can. Inhale, rise, crescent lunge, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart hover. Inhale, back to crescent. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, star pose. To the back, exhale, Skandasana. Inhale, Skandasana front. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, extended crescent, belly up, reach forward. Exhale, chair, plane. Good. This time, inhale, mountain pose. Stand up both arms. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Chaturanga, high to low plank. Plant your hands, step back, rock forward. Bend your elbows no more than halfway. Keep your neck long. Inhale, upward facing dog, heart forward. Actively press the mat away. Exhale, down dog, hips up and then back. Full breath in. Full breath out. And again, full breath in. Full breath out. Take an inhale, prepare to move forward, set your intention. This time, exhale, step or float through to a seat. Pause here. Take a moment to notice that heat being built up in your body, that sense of strength. And it leads us right into the third chakra, Manipura, jewel in the city. Find space right between belly button. Between belly button, like the lower part of your ribs, right around the waistband. Find awareness there. With that awareness, come down to your back. We'll fire our belly a little bit more. Interlace your hands behind your head. For traditional sit-ups, we'll add a couple little variations here. So wherever your feet naturally landed, walk them just a little bit more forward, away from your hips. Dig your heels in, flex your toes up. And now imagine trying to drag your heels back to your hips. They're stuck, they don't move, but you just lit up your hamstrings. Keep that engagement, take an inhale. On your exhale, lift your head and chest. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift back up. Continue here, you know what to do. Keep your elbows out wide. Think about leading with chest more than head. Heart leads the way more than brain or head. Good, pause here. So feel or visualize a really vibrant yellow. When you're here, when you're stoking this fire, there's a lot that can happen. This is the center of ego. And so sometimes when we stoke fire in belly, we get a sense of like fieriness, sometimes a little irritability, but it's also the sense of personal power. This is where that resides in yoga philosophy. And so getting in touch here allows us to manifest the things in our lives that we are truly working for. What our true work is, being in touch with third chakra allows us to do that work. Good. Continue to lift. We're here for 3. We'll lift shins parallel to the floor in 2. And on 1, lift your shins parallel to the floor. Continue to lift your head and chest. Continue to flow your breath. Continue to stoke the fire in your belly. Pause here. Continue to breathe, rather. Continue to move. Third chakra also governs digestion. So we say fire in the belly. We're talking about taking the food that we take in, combusting it, turning it into something we can use, energy. Fire in the belly. Feel that fire here, that heat. Good. We're here for 3. We'll send legs straight up in 2. And on 1, legs up the wall. Continue to lift head and chest. Last few here, I promise. Let's lift for 4. Lift a little higher, 3. Shoulder blades all the way up, 2. And on 1, lower down. Take a full body stretch. Arms back, legs forward. Breath in to lengthen your spine. Breath out, open mouth, exhale. Good, then hug your knees into your chest, hands behind your thighs. Start rocking forward and back, forward and back. Eventually rock yourself all the way up to a standing forward fold again. We'll meet in a squat, so step your feet about hip-width distance apart. Turn your heels in, toes out, hands to heart center. Pause here in your malasana, your frog squat. And so feeling that sense of inner power, inner strength. If you'd like to hang out here, you're welcome to. If you'd like to check out crow pose, let's try it together. Even if you're crowed, if you don't feel like you're lifting your feet up, I encourage you to try it anyway. Plant your hands shoulder width apart. When you bend your elbows, think knees closer to your armpits more than closer to your elbows if it's available. It'll be a little more comfortable because you're getting the flat part of your shin onto your forearms. Shift your weight forward, look forward, and you can stay here, or you can lift up 1 set of toes, or even 2 sets of toes. We'll try a little variation here, so listen carefully. Take a breath in. On your exhale, tap just your right toes down, and then find standing splits. Inhale, stand up, left leg goes back. Exhale, Shiva squat. Tuck your left knee outside your right ankle. It's kind of like a curtsy or skater lunge that we don't go all the way. Let's do it again. Inhale, standing splits. Exhale, Shiva squat. Good. Inhale, standing splits. And then exhale, Shiva squat. On an inhale, extend your left leg, standing splits. On your exhale, bend your elbows. Tuck your right knee back into your armpit. Shift your weight forward. And then see if maybe right toes will float up. Take a little one-legged crow pose. Good. Let's come back down to earth. find second set of crow. Remember, toes do not have to lift up. It's still crow pose. Shift your weight forward. Pause here. Breath in. On this time, the side, exhale, tap just left toes down. And then standing split. Stand on your left leg, lift your right leg up and back. Breath in. Breath out, Shiva squat. Tuck your left knee outside your right. Inhale, standing splits. Exhale, Shiva squat. Inhale, standing splits. Exhale, Shiva squat. Good. Here, standing splits. Inhale, extend. On your exhale, bend your elbows. Tuck your left knee back towards your armpit. Shift your weight forward. And then maybe hop left toes up like one-legged crow. Maybe not. We're here for one more moment. And then your exhale, land back down. Come back to your malasana one more time. Bring your hands to your heart if you like. Slow your breath down. Think about shoulders coming slightly together and back. Find a taller spine. Shift your awareness to the space in your chest, including your arms, your hands, your fingers. Visualize the color green, like a really vibrant grass green, spring green. Sanskrit for heart chakra is anahata, meaning unstruck or unhurt. Visualize your heart that beats constantly all the time. It has that rhythm all the time without us having to tell it to do something. We don't have to strike the drum. It just goes anyway. That rhythm happens anyway. Thank you, heart. Bring your hands down towards the mat. Find a tabletop, hands and knees. Take an inhale for cow pose. Send the front of your heart forward. Exhale for cat. Lift up the back of your heart. Find space there. Let's do it again. Inhale, cow pose. Heart forward and down. Forward and forward. Exhale, round back. Good. Then come back to tabletop, back to neutral. Extend your right leg back, parallel to the ground. Send your left arm forward, parallel to the ground. And on an inhale, bend your right leg. It's like you're facing the sole of your foot to the sky. And on your exhale, stretch your left arm back. You can stay here, continue to work on the stretch, find space across your chest. Or maybe reach back and capture your foot and kick into your hand. Either way, you're creating space across heart, creating space across the front line of your torso. Hold for a breath in and tiger pulling its tail. On your exhale, come back to tabletop. Send your left leg back. Send your right arm forward. Take a breath in, bend your left knee, point the sole of your foot towards the sky. Exhale, stretch your right arm back. Either stretch, find space to your chest, or reach back and capture your foot to find a different flavor of stretch through your chest. Take into your hands if you have the bind. Breath in. Breath out, come back to hands and knees. Take an inhale, curl your toes under. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pause here in your down dog for a moment. Heart chakra starts first and foremost with love for ourselves. Sometimes that is the most challenging one. And so, to get in touch with that sense of self-love, it involves a lot of courage. And this is where courage comes from, is heart chakra. To take things, courage often happens when we're not sure of the outcome of something, we do it anyway. That's courage. And that requires a big ask from heart chakra. So as you're breathing here, you're visualizing green. The mantra you might say to yourself is, I love. And of course, eventually we might expand that love outwards towards another person. And we're working towards love for every single other living thing. That's where we're headed. A sense of expansion through your arms, your fingertips on the mat. And then take an inhale, prepare to move forward, jump forward with love.
Exhale, travel, step or hop. With an inhale, find halfway lift. Then your exhale, forward fold. Take a breath in for mountain pose, rise up to Tadasana. Exhale, standing back bend again, chest up, look up. Back up to mountain pose, inhale. On your exhale, listen, bring your hands to your heart. Make that connection, thumbs actually touch your chest, and feel like chest is lifting up to meet your heart. Bring weight into your right leg, find strength, find groundedness. And then step your left foot back for warrior one. Step it back. So maybe not quite as wide a stance or a long a stance as in warrior two. And as best you can, point hips forward. Maybe guide right hip a little further back. If that bugs low back, leave it out. Hips can face a little sideways. Good. Warrior one arms, it might be arms up overhead. Take a breath in. On your breath out, either clasp your hands behind your back, or if it feels right, find reverse prayer. Bring your palms to touch. Kind of shimmy your fingers up in between your shoulder blades. Whichever bind you have, take a breath in. Exhale, humble warrior, hinge forward from your hips. Aim your heart down inside your right knee or your belly on top of your thigh. Think heart leads the way, even more than head. Think heart melts towards the ground. Keep foundation really strong, really stable, so that that strength allows upper body to find more release, more space. One more moment here. Good. Take an inhale, rise to warrior two. Release your bind, arms out wide. On your exhale, straighten your right leg to set up triangle pose. Straighten your right leg. Breath in, bump your hips back, reach as far forward as you can. And then bring your right arm down, could be to your shin, a block if you have one, the ground if that feels right. Roll your chest open. Option to look up towards your left hand. If it bugs your neck, look forward, even down. See if your neck can stay really long. Micro bend right knee if your joints are very flexible. Engage your left thigh either way, whether they're flexible or not. Good. Now take an inhale, look down to the floor in front of your right foot, bend your right knee. Then exhale, half moon pose. Bring your right hand down, maybe to a block or the floor, or float it. Roll your chest open. Find expansion in all four directions, north, south, east, west. You're welcome to stay here. Or if you'd like sugarcane chapasana, bend your left leg. Maybe reach back with your left hand, capture your foot, and maybe guide your heart even more open. Steady breath. One more moment. Take an inhale. Land your left foot on the exhale for reverse warrior. Inhale, flow arms back. Keep the bends. Exhale, hands all the way down for chaturanga, high to low plank, or maybe hold high plank instead. Inhale, up dog if you're flowing. Exhale, down dog is where we meet. Take an inhale, prepare to move forward. Exhale, step or float up top of your mat. Breath in for halfway lift. And breath out for forward fold. Inhale, rise to mountain pose. Stand up, reach up. Exhale, standing back bend, chest up, look up. Back to mountain. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hands to your heart. I feel. Take an inhale. Exhale, step your right foot back for warrior one. Think 45-degree angle on back foot. Little angle there. Guide your left hip back, only as far as low back will allow. Arms up overhead if you like. Take an inhale. Exhale, find your bind, clasp your hands, or reverse prayer behind your back. Inhale, chest up, maybe even look up. Exhale, hinge forward, humble warrior. Heart leads the way. Keep pressing your right heel down. Keep guiding your left hip back. And continue to allow your heart to melt closer and closer towards the ground. Take a breath in full of self-compassion. A breath out full of courage. And then rise to warrior two. Inhale, expand your arms. Exhale, straighten your left leg for triangle. Take an inhale, hips back, arms reach forward.
Exhale, left arm down, right arm up. Block underneath your hand if you prefer. Look up if you prefer, sideways, even down. Engage your left knee. Find space here through your chest. And now look down in front of your left foot, bend your left knee. Exhale, half moon, Ardha Chandrasana, launch onto your left leg, float your right. Option for bottom hand to come to a block or the floor or anything else. Pause here, or sugar cane, bend your right leg. You can reach back and capture with your hand. One more moment here. Land your right foot on the exhale. Inhale, reverse warrior, flow back, arms back. Exhale, hands to the mat, chaturanga, high to low plank, high plank if you prefer. Breath in is up dog if you're choosing it. Breath out, down dog. Take a full inhale, a full exhale. Take an inhale, prepare to move forward. Exhale, step or float through to a seat. Pause here. Good. Clasp your hands behind your back. Find space through your shoulders, your chest. Breath in. And breath out, release. Bring your right hand down towards the mat. Let your right ear drop over towards your right shoulder, so same shoulder. It's like you want to listen to something on your shoulder, a little bird on your shoulder, you want to listen in there. Good, now stretch your left arm out. Fingers might touch the ground, they might not, doesn't really matter. Find space across the side of your throat there. Good, now look down at your shoulder. It's like you want to look at the ground over your shoulder. And feel like you're getting a stretch on the opposite side, but a little different flavor, like different muscle fibers are finding the opening. Good, and then drop your chin straight down. Gently lift your head back up. And switch. So drop your ear over the other shoulder. You want to listen to somebody who's right on your shoulder saying something to you. Feel space on the other side of your neck, the side that's lengthening. And then drop your chin to your shoulders like you're looking at the ground over your shoulder. Straight down. Visualize really brilliant turquoise blue. Lift your chin back up level. Vishuddha in Sanskrit is the name for your throat chakra. It means purification. And it might mean purification in the way that like a filter means purification. There are so many thoughts running through our heads all the time. We can't possibly give voice to every single one. We don't have the time. We don't have the bandwidth to make them all known. And so that sense of purification is, with my voice, what do I choose to put out? What energy do I choose to send out into the world? What is my message? So your simple mantra for your throat chakra is, I speak. Throat chakra encompasses tops of your shoulders all the way up, including both ears. And so the lesson there is that part of speaking your truth is really strong listening. Listening both to yourself internally, listening to others. True listening to hear what's being said and what's not being said as best we can. So we'll do just a little bit of chanting here. If that's not your thing, that's okay. You can listen and maybe kind of sing along in your own head. And as throat chakra, as it gets stronger, maybe you'll feel inspired to use your voice and chant along. And if you don't, that's all right. You're using your voice in other ways too. So we'll start with a really simple Om, Om 3 times.
Take an inhale, prepare. On your exhale, here we go. First Om. Second chant is one of my all-time favorites. You may have heard it before. It's Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Super quick translation of that is, may all beings everywhere be happy and free. So we'll chant it 5 times total. You're welcome to join in right away, second time, third time, not at all. We'll chant it 5 times though. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. 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 Allow your neck muscles to feel relaxed, long, spacious. Allow your throat to feel open, like you can take in as much air and oxygen as you need and want. And exhale as you can release everything you need to. Open, easy throat. As you're ready, make your way up to standing. Tree pose. Make your left leg really solid, really strong, really stable. Bring your right foot up to the side of your calf, or slide it up higher if you like. And then pause here. Hands to your heart. You're welcome to stay. Or if you'd like to check out cow face arms, you could take your right hand, bring it behind your back, and then send your left arm up, bend your elbow, and reach back. And fingers may hook together, and they may not. And either way, you're finding space to your triceps of your left arm, your armpit. If you feel stable, if it feels like you're willing to take a little bit of a risk, you might close your eyes. Take another breath in. And then breath out, release your right leg, release your arms, maybe shake out your right foot. Let's try out the other side. Now make your right leg really steady. Bring your left leg up to the side of your calf, or slide it up higher if you like. Hang out here. Or wrap your left hand behind your back. Send your right arm up, bend your elbow for cow face arms, and pause. Maybe close your eyes, maybe not. You can soften your gaze, that's also challenging for balance. Bring your awareness right to that space that's between your eyebrows. It's the location of your 6th chakra. This is called Ajna. Ajna translates as command center. And it might be specifically your pineal gland. Breath in. And then breath out, release your foot down, hands back to your heart. Pause. We'll take one more round of tree pose of the variation, a couple variations.
So I invite you right now to listen to the cues, visualize yourself doing it, imagine yourself doing it, and then try. So visualize the whole process, and then manifest, see what happens. It doesn't have to be perfect. Let your vision be really, really strong. So let's do it again. Bring weight into your left leg. And this time, bring your right foot up into your hip crease. Knee down, sole of your foot up, so the half locust variation. One hand at heart, two if you like. You're welcome to stay here, tall spine. Or if you'd like toe stand, you could hinge forward, bring your hands down to the mat or blocks, and you could pause there. Or bend your knee, lift your heel, so your heel's more in the midline of your body rather than off to the left. Option for one hand to your heart or two. Tall spine. And if you've been listening to the cues and visualizing, maybe now try it. And if it's not right to do physically in your body, then just go through the process visually again. As you're visualizing and breathing and holding, repeat to yourself the mantra, I know. And if you haven't already, meet back, both feet down, hands at your heart. Let's do one more side, weight into your right leg. Pick your left leg up, bring it to your hip crease. Knee down, sole of your foot up. One hand at heart, two if they're available. Option to stay or toe stands, Padangusthasana, you could hinge forward, hands down towards the floor, the ground. Maybe bend your knee, lift your heel. Maybe shift your hips off to the sides of your heels in the middle. Option for one or both hands to arrive at heart center. If you'd like to flow through, move through those shapes, take them. As you're ready, meet back with both feet down, hands at heart center. Third eye chakra is where we take little bits of information and we process them. And we find a sense of creativity. This is where our insight comes from. Intuition. And intuition, like a muscle, gets stronger the more we use it, the more we rely on it. Visualize a really inky indigo purple or blue, really saturated, beautiful color of your third eye chakra. One more breath in. One more breath out. And then inhale. One more mountain pose, reach up, Tadasana, optional look up. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. On your exhale, step your left foot back for a low lunge, left foot back. Press your fists into the mat. So rather than palms, fists into the mat, get a little bit more height. Keep your wrists really stable. And take an inhale, hover your right shin up towards your chest. Bring your heel up. Exhale, half pigeon, lay your shin down, untuck your back toes. If you like, you can stay or come forward to recline pigeon, elbows down, maybe forehead down. Great to use a block here underneath your bent leg hip, or your chest, or your forehead, or all of the above. Be here for just a few rounds of breath. If you've reclined forward, walk your hands back up. Tuck your back toes. Find three-legged dog, send left leg up and back. Scorpion dog if you want it. Bend your knee, roll your knee up to the sky. Bring your heel back towards your glutes. And then down dog when you're ready. Good. Take an inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or float up top of your mat. Breath in, halfway lift. Breath out, fold. Good. Step your right foot back, low lunge. Press your fists into the mat rather than palms. Inhale, hover your shin up to your chest, pick it up. Exhale, lay your shin down for half pigeon. Uncurl back toes. Stay, adjust your blocks, and then when you're ready, or if you prefer, come forward down towards your elbows or your forehead. And if it's available, touch your forehead down to something. It could be stacked fists or palms, a block, a mat. And that sense of relying on intuition. Remind yourself that you have innate wisdom you can trust. And take your time, walk your hands back up if you've reclined. Tuck your back toes. Find three-legged dog, send left leg up and back. Scorpion dog, if you like it, roll your hip open, knee to the sky. Down dog when you're ready. Down dogs, take a breath in. When your breath out, set your knees down. Come to hands and knees. Bring your elbows down towards the mat and keep your elbows right underneath your shoulders. So sometimes they want to walk out or they want to walk in. Make sure they're right underneath your shoulders. Clasp your hands together and then separate your palms. So your fingers are interlaced, but your palms are apart. So at the top of your head, down on your mat. Curl your toes under, lift your hips, and then pause here. Take a moment to feel this compression at the top of your head. Seventh chakra is called Sahasrara. It means 1,000-petaled lotus. In this case, 1,000 petals, I would say it's not like 999 isn't good enough. It means so many. It's kind of like a stand-in for infinite. So with your head in contact with the mat, feel that sense of this isn't where you stop. This is where you begin your connection to everything else. If you're happy here, this feels like enough, stay here. If you'd like to check out a traditional headstand, you might walk your feet a little closer, maybe tuck your heels up into your hips. Keep pressing your elbows down. You can stay here or very slowly extend your legs up. The slower you go, the more likely that your balance will stay really steady. Keep pressing elbows down. And if your legs are lifted, make them strong. When you're ready to come down, you might think knees to chest first, and then land light as you can. And that light landing, again, is just for safety. It means you probably won't fall over into whatever's next to you. Good. Once you've finished whatever you're doing with your headstand, take a moment in child's pose, extended with knees out wide. Bring your hands forward or bend your elbows, forehead down. And pause. Visualize either pale lavender color or a white. This color is usually sort of transparent, almost like smoke. Sahasrara is where we recognize that we are not on our own, that we are part of something much larger than ourselves, that we are also divine, and that our connection to the larger divine is through that space right in the top of our head. Child's poses. Come to hands and knees. Sit back on your heels. Bring your knees together. For rabbit pose, grab for your heels. Tuck your chin to your chest. And round down. Bring the top of your head down as close to your knees as you can on your mat. And if you want, you can walk your knees a little closer. And then lift your hips up. Any amount. Could be none, could be a lot. Feel that really light connection, top of your head on your mat. Find one more moment here, maybe a little bit more lift through mid and upper back. And then round back up, chin comes up last. Pause. Good. For camel pose is Strasana, stand tall on your knees, separate them hip width apart, hands to low back. Fingers can point down, fingers can point up. If your arms are kind of long, like mine are, you might clasp your hands and press them into your sacrum. Either way, whichever version, squeeze your elbows in. And then take an inhale, lift your chest up, chin up, maybe look up. On your exhale, you can stay in this back bend or maybe walk your gaze a little further back. If it feels right, you can reach back for your heels. One more moment here. Think heart up, think throat open, think head spacious. Good, and then take an inhale, rise back up. Exhale, sit back on your heels for a moment. Let your hands rest on your thighs, let your shoulders drop heavy. Visualize your spine really, really long. All the way down the very, very base of your torso. And imagine your spine goes all the way out the crown of your head. Shift your hips off to one side, extend your legs out to in front of you. If you like, you can reach your arms forward for a little bit of core work, or you can bring your hands down for a little bit of low back support. Make your way all the way down to your back. Extend your legs up, straight up the wall, legs up the wall, Viparita Karani. Relax your arms, face your palms up. And then pause here. Your challenge is to do as little as possible. So let your knees really maybe softly bend, maybe let your feet flop. If your legs naturally rotate in or out, let that happen. Keep your legs lifted, but just barely. And so the idea behind keeping your legs lifted, but just barely, is not like we're slacking off. It's that we're looking for maximum benefit of surrender. Maximum yin, so quiet, steady, introspective. Take a couple rounds of breath here. Take one more inhale. On your exhale, bend your knees, feet flat on the mat. Take a few really easy windshield wipers, so knees will sway to one side, knees will sway to the other. It doesn't have to be like knees all the way down for it to be effective in bringing some space back into low back. Gentle can also be really effective. Good, and now bring your knees back to center, lift your shins up, open your arms to a T. And now for a supine twist, let your knees fall over to the left. And again, it doesn't have to be all the way, or it can be. You might look over your right shoulder. Good. Come back through center, hips to center, knees follow. And now let your knees fall over to the right. Look over your left shoulder. Come back to center. Hug both knees into your chest. Take a breath in. If you like, bring your forehead up towards your knees. On your exhale, find Shavasana. Expand your body. Relax your legs. Relax your arms. It's an option to face your palms up. It's an option to bend your knees to take care of your low back. An option to close your eyes. Let your shoulders drop. Your jaw soften. And then bring awareness to your legs, your feet. Feel your toes, ankles, calves, your
knees, thighs. Visualize your legs really warm and heavy. Imagine that underneath you is soft red clay earth. And so that these really warm, heavy legs can kind of sink down a little. Know that where you are in your journey right now is exactly where you're meant to be. That you're living your story as you're writing it. Visualize the color red. And remind yourself that here you are not just welcome, you're needed. Travel your awareness up to your hips. Visualize a really vibrant orange. If your hips represent a bowl, a vessel, let it be a vessel filled with easy water, water that can flow any way it needs to flow. Remind yourself that you are a creative being. That you have relationships with other people that are intentional or on purpose. And that our relationships often are mirrors back to ourselves. Travel your awareness up to your belly. Notice that that fire that you built up earlier is still there. It's probably more like a warm flicker now than a full-on flame. You are powerful. And you being in control of your power and using it to manifest your life's work, your life's purpose, inspires others to do the same. You being powerful, far from taking away power from others, it inspires it in them. Travel awareness up to the space of your chest, your heart, your arms, your hands, your fingers. Feel from fingertips of one hand, travel all the way across chest to fingertips of the other. Feel a sense of expansiveness. Let your heart be filled with love for yourself, filled with courage. See a really vibrant green. Bring your awareness up to the space of your neck. Let your neck feel relaxed. Let your neck muscles feel really long and easy. Visualize a turquoise blue. And through that easy open space of your throat, know that you can make yourself known. That you can speak your truth. Your voice is clear. Travel your awareness up to the space right between your eyebrows. Let that space feel smooth and cool. Right now, unburdened. Picture inky indigo color. Your insight, your wisdom, your creativity are powerful. You have the ability to see things clearly. And finally, travel your awareness up to the very top of your head. And imagine right there, there is a lotus, a white lotus on your head, maybe a purple lotus. See if you can see the petals. What is the texture like? What's the weight of that flower? Does it have a scent? And visualize now that lotus flower starting to turn slowly. And as it turns, imagine every external set of petals dropping away, another set coming out through the middle. And know that this process of some petals dropping away and more coming around the same time, that this is infinite. It doesn't ever end. You are infinite. You're divine. You're made of star stuff. So you take a breath in, imagine sending it all the way down to the soles of your feet, light them up. As you breathe out, imagine sending it all the way out the crown of your head, let it go into space. Another breath in, down to the soles of your feet. Breath out through the crown of your head. Last one, breath in through whole body. Breath out through your whole body. Stay as long as you like. Continue to breathe your body, feel your body. It's been my honor to guide you through this chakra vinyasa flow today. My name is Jill. Namaste.